Welcome. I'm Sebastian Mahfood, and you're listening to WCAT Radio, the on-air wing of En Route Books and Media, bringing you the dulcet sounds of Catholic wisdom.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Sunday show. This is Kahama Peter, and you are listening to WCT Radio. Today we are going to have this show here in Kenya, right on the Holy Family Basilica Church here in Nairobi, Kenya. And today I'm having this friend of ours from here. He's going to introduce himself. He will tell us a bit about his country and his position in the Life Runners organization here in Kenya. So welcome, and I hope you're going to enjoy so that you may hear a lot from Kenya. Yeah, Joseph, you're welcome.
Okay, my name is Charlz Angelo. I am the coordinator Kenya Life Runners, and I do business, and I still have a family. I'm a father of one, and I come from Embu County, that is in eastern part of Kenya.
Wow, that's great. He's from the eastern part of Kenya. What a great news today. We are coming from the East African community, today we are sharing on the matters of importance, especially to the Life Runners organization, but on a more specific way on the matters of standing against abortion. So I myself, as the associate coordinator for the Life Runners here in Africa, I would wish to hear from Joseph what has been really happening. When was the organization started here in Kenya? In fact, this is for the benefit of other listeners, so they may be able to understand how the Life Runners works here in Kenya. So you may tell us a bit about how the organization was started here and when, and some other issues.
Okay. Life Runners organization was started in the year 2018. That was 2016, and we were about 7 members, and later we were able to recruit more than 40 members. We are in different parts of Kenya. We have some who are in Mombasa, some in Kisumu, and for now we are aiming at least to have 80 members by the end of this year. Our chaplain is from the Ishara. He is from Embu. He is Father Isaiah, who happens to be the principal of St. Augustine. He is a family man. He is a man who values family. And he has assisted us so much, especially on pro-life issues. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. So since 2016, what do you see you have been having success or progress of the organization here in Kenya?
Okay, first may I say that we have been able to merge with a big organization in Kenya. We are working with the Citizen Go, whereby we have a March for Life every year, which comes in the month of March. And we also hold talks in churches and in schools. For instance, we held one last month, whereby we were able to meet some college students, and we talked about some issues affecting them. And then we sometimes visit the children's homes. We have visited Materi Children's Orphanage, which is just near Ishara.
Wow, that's great. What is this Citizen Go? In fact, maybe there are some people who do not know what Citizen Go is. What is it, and how does it really work here in Kenya? And things of that.
Okay, Citizen Go is an organization which campaigns. It does petitions on behalf of other organizations, especially where there is in case we have problems. We write the signatures, we give them our signatures so that they can petition if, for example, there is a problem with the government, they are able to talk through the signatures. For instance, we had the one for Rea Sharupi in Nigeria. We did our signatures and the life runners and about 40 signatures. We had the Rea Sharipu from Nigeria. We had Asa Pipi from Pakistan. We did our signatures. And they help us so much.
Oh yeah, I saw it. There's also a case, I think, of a young girl from Britain, I think, was supposed to be taken to Italy for surgery or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, how was? Did you also participate in that?
We participated.
Okay.
And the girl already, our petition won because the girl went to Italy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the very, very successful mission which was done by this cooperation between Life Runners and the other organizations here in Kenya. But now, what do you see as the progress of the Life Runners here in Kenya in terms of it being stabilized country-wise? Because I see Kenya is one of the countries which are very strong in terms of faith. There are so many Catholics here, and I think Pope has been here just some 2 years back, not 1 year back.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of things which have been happening here. I see even the Cardinal of Kenya is the representative of Pope in the East African region. So, what do you see now when it comes to the Life Runners? How have you planned also to stabilize it to go with the same pace, with the same kind of the power in terms of the faith and spreading and whatever here in Kenya?
Okay. To strengthen our group, we have decided to, first of all, be in church, being in dioceses. We have already talked with the diocese of Kitui, and they are ready to host us so that we can start a movement there. We are also partnering with some of organizations in Kenya, like we had Dr. Jean Kagia, who owns Kyoto, and she is planning to have a Kyoto in every county. And we are also trying to see whether we can have a chapter in every county in Kenya, and that will help us so much in terms of spreading our organization.
Wow, that's great. We have spoken something of Kyoto, which means nest or something?
Nest, yeah.
Yes. Now, what do you mean by this? How does it work?
Okay. Kyoto is a rescue center for the girls or women in crisis, pregnancy crisis. This is where they are taken. If they have that order from the chief, you will first need to get order from the chief, and then you go with your client there. She will be left there until she gets the baby, and after she gets the baby, they will take care of her, and they teach her some skills until when she is able to go back to their home.
Wow, that's great. So, who is funding this, and who is the person who is behind all these activities, and where are they getting money?
Okay, the person who is behind all these activities is Dr. Jean Kagia, and what they do, they get funding from the local churches. They call for fundraising, and that's how they get. And they're also planning to have a Kyoto in every county. And they usually tell Christians, if you have a house you are ready to give, you go give them, and they convert it to Kyoto.
Wow, that's great. So far so good. Do you think you need now to work with such people on strengthening the move of the Life Runners here in Kenya, especially by contributing something, or by recruiting people to be giving the support to those who are coming to the Kyoto? Or what strategies do you think you should give to ensure that Kyoto works better here in Kenya? Because it deals more or less the same, the work of the Life Runners to encourage the women who are in desperate situations.
So for now, we are trying to see whether we can have more people recruited in Life Runners so that at least the family life may be felt everywhere. And for the organization, for the pro-life group to work, we have to come together as churches. And that's why we are trying to meet more organizations which can help us. Like I was talking of Citizen Go and Kyotas and some others. And so our aim is to have more members who can help us impact lives in various ways, and also in churches. And that's why we are trying also to reach to more bishops through the Catholic Church, so that they can help us in getting the required number.
Okay, that is a very positive plan. Then, do you know anything about ICP RD 25, and are you planning to participate in that? Maybe if you may tell us a bit if you understand anything about ICP RD 25.
Okay, I'm aware that the ICP 25 will be here in Kenya. That is in the month of November, and I am trying also to see whether I can make it. I can make one day and go there, at least have see what they are doing. Maybe I can pass my voice. And we are still planning on how we can have another forum which can counterattack the ICP 25, which will be held in Kenya. Yeah.
Okay, but according to your perceptions, do you think ICPD 25 is it going to be a successful thing? Are we going to really to really encounter these plans under UN and these other governments which are funding all the programs? Because I see they are really planning to say how are they going to promote the issues of family planning and getting the political willingness of the states toward promoting the issues of issues of accessing these parenthood services, abortion clinics and things of that kind. Do you think we are stable and powerful enough, or something should be done so that we can be able to encounter the plans of the UN?
Okay. First of all, may I say that Kenya is a Christian country, and these things are not that new to Kenyans. And for the issues of abortions, it has been there since long time ago, and we know even we have some people who support it in the government. But with prayers, I know Kenyan people do understand. With prayers, we can stop this, and I don't think that the ICP 25 will be a success.
Wow, thank you so much for that. I've been trying to find out why did these people choose to come to Kenya? What was the gap they saw here in Kenya and decided to come here in Kenya? Do you have any clue on why they came here in Kenya instead of any other country? Okay,
for the reason why they came to Kenya, I'm not sure. I'm not that sure. But I know they have to target Kenya because it has a big voice when it comes to matters of family issues or family life. And I'm sure there must be somebody or some people, some organization trying to push it.
Wow, that's great. So we see now that we have only one major tool of ours, which is prayers. Yeah. That God is the only one who can help us standing against all this. So, despite us doing all these efforts, despite of us trying to push everything, going to the other way around, but then still our prayers are very, very important toward ensuring the move. Anyway, maybe coming to the other side of the life runners, what are the major challenges are you facing here on the run, you as an individual?
Okay, may I say that every organization must be having challenges, its own challenges, and we have faced some. We have faced some since we started, and as an individual, may I say that it has not been easy. You know, you are running a charitable organization, whereby you are not required to go making money, and you'll be required also to spend some time, and having in mind that I'm not in job or somewhere I'm not earning, So it has been a challenge for me. Maybe traveling to other places or even converging meetings. When you go and call youth, they would want some snacks, some phones. So it has been challenges. It has been a challenge.
Okay, now apart from those challenges of that nature, what about it in terms of getting more members and staffs? Do you think it has also been, because I see the number is also still very down, okay, it might have been contributed to what you have said, but what is the issue also with it in terms of membership?
Okay.
Activeness.
Okay. My members are active because they have been able to maintain the group since 2016. And we are also thinking on how we can recruit some. But one thing, we have to make them that first understand what is a product movement, what you are needing to do. And for sure, not everybody can be a pro-driver. And we try to talk to them. And for the members willing to join, we always welcome them.
Okay, that's great. But now, concerning the matter of standing against abortion, well, there are these free clinics for abortions, there are matters of contraceptives, there are matters of things of that kind, and the issues of international laws, international humanitarian matters and stuff. What's your perception? How are they becoming a challenge towards you realizing your dream or plans of the life runners here in Kenya?
Okay. May I say that we have rules that govern the country, and for instance, in Kenya, the rule does not allow abortion, but according to the situation on the ground, it's like it's being practiced everywhere. It's something which is coming up, whereby every youth or every woman thinks that abortion is right. They take it as a way, as a health care, and then one can walk to a clinic and then do abortion. Another challenge is that we have some doctors who are employed and doing it. They don't fear. And then when you take someone to court or the government knows they will do nothing. So it's like they have support. For instance, there was a time we had some placards which were in Nairobi, which were put in Nairobi. And there were some politicians who came and brought them down, and they are known. But the government could do nothing. Yeah.
Okay, so we see there's still a challenge on the political willingness. Some they're still supporting it, and also some loopholes by the government. Yeah. Now, with all these issues we have seen, what now would be your suggestions towards dealing with this issue? I have realized one of the serious causes of abortion is the issue of stigmatization. As in, it seems families they stigmatize those who conceive before being married. And it makes them feel like the best way to be free from all this is to do abortion. The same people they conceive out of the wedlock or before being married, then they seem to be abandoned or to be kept off from the communications of many religious institutions. I mean, not only the Catholic Church, many churches, they will just say, no, we don't want you inside here. What do you think? Do you think now the church should have a different approach on maybe avoiding stigmatizing these people and giving them support? Okay, we are not saying that the church should support people conceiving before getting married, but now we already have the problem on the ground, which when we push them by stigmatizing them, it makes them feel like for them to be safe, they have to do abortion. Now, what do you think should now the church take as an approach to ensure that stigmatization is end in the families, in the church, and have a means for these people to be given support, and then they can be free from running towards abortion. Because if they go to the clinics of abortion, they are welcomed very nicely, given nice treatment, but thereafter and the impact they are facing or getting, nobody again bothers about them. Once you have gone there for abortion, nobody again comes for counseling, for what. So what do you think should the church do to end the stigmatization and give support to those who conceive before marriage?
Okay. May I say that first of all, the church should drop its handline on those who are in crisis, maybe pregnancy crisis. And if the church can do like what Dr. Jean Kagia is doing, then we could not be having the abortions. Because people, would, even if you get pregnant, you will go somewhere, you will know that you have a place where you can relax, have your child. And also the church should also talk. Let not it be like that they are quiet. They don't preach about abortions every day. So they should guide the youth by organizing seminars and also teaching them in schools on what they should do.
Okay, I think that's very right. But what do you think would be, again, your thoughts toward the government of Kenya, towards combating the things of abortion here in Kenya? But as I've said, it seems it's still loose. What do you think now the government should do to make sure things are strictly, really are there and the life is protected?
I think, Peter, the rule is very clear in Kenya. They should push it to see that everybody follows the rule of Kenya. And if there is anybody supporting or bringing in funding for such things in Kenya, they should try to ban them or arrest them and maybe take them to court so that they may stop it. With that, I think abortion can end.
Okay, so it's the time now for the right runners to make noise for the laws to be kept into practice. The law is there, but it seems the practice is not working. But I think also awareness should really be done. Probably having kind of a national campaign on issues to combat abortion, giving alternative ways to save life. Because by saving or stopping abortion, that means we are saving life. So if the Constitution, the international laws, the international conventions, both of them speaks of the rights of a person. If you read through the documents, especially under UNHCR, under the UNICEF, it will just tell you that they will tell you that life starts from conception. But it's a confusion whereby some of the UN agencies, they are now pushing abortion and they're saying it's the right of someone. How does it come a right of someone killing a person X? Simply a person Y has to live freely and enjoy. Now, where is the limit of your right? Because where your right starts, that means where your right ends is the right of another person starts. Now, how do we realize these stuff? I think even by the church starting these free spaces and the stuff, it's not, I think, a matter of promoting early marriages and pregnancies and early marriages and pregnancies, but it's the matter of saving life, which I think is the key factor of this. Now, in 2020, we are going to have also a marathon tour in Tanzania, whereby the president of the Life Runners Worldwide, Dr. Patrick J. Kazo, will be coming, and also Dr. Sebastian Mahfoud, who is also the coordinator for Life Runners Africa. They'll be coming with a team of over 20 people. We would also wish to see some people from different countries in Africa participating in that. Now, what is your preparation towards the event in July 2020 on coming to Tanzania, and your message to other members in Africa and in the world?
Okay. We are doing a preparation. I have heard about it, the pilgrimage in Tanzania. And at least I'm working hard to see that I take a team there. My message to the other teams in Tanzania, in Africa, is that let's meet there. We are beginning the journey, and it would be good if we met there, all of us.
Wow, that's great. So we are hoping that things are going to be very better. For me, what I can promise the teammates who will be wishing to come to Tanzania, if I get the information as soon as possible, as I'm requesting everyone to be there, especially the country coordinators from everywhere in Africa, to attend, if possible, also from different parts in the world. I'll make sure they get a place. Families, probably for them, they may stay, so they may only find the transport coming and to and fro from their countries. But a place where they can stay, at least I'll have to struggle and make sure they get a place where they may stay. So it will be a nice moment for us to meet, because we'll have a moment also to learn, being trained on the matters of life runners, but also issues on how to do maybe issues of leadership, issues on the matters of fundraising, and also how to strengthen the movement here, participating in international matters, international marathon and stuff. So I think it's my call for every member. Those who are not members already, we are welcoming them, so that we may also have a joint hand to serve the life of the unborn. Maybe Joseph, if you have anything last to say about anything, you're welcome.
Okay, mine is just to tell the one that let's embrace the right things, and let's fight abortion. It starts with me and you. Anybody can do it, and for those who want to join Life Runners, feel free. The idea is simple. It's just to pass the message out with our blue t-shirts, which says "Remember the Unborn." And also, if you have friends who may like to join also, invite them.
Okay, thank you so much. That saving life starts with you. Ending abortion starts with you. That's the message from Joseph, who is the country coordinator of Kenya here. So I think we have discussed a lot with him. We are going to see now how we're going to cooperate with some other members here, so that we may stabilize the movement. Probably sooner or later we are going to change the leadership here, and I think this is what we've agreed, Joseph, right?
Yeah.
So that we may now see how you may get a team to help you.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time, and may God bless you. When you're getting back to Shera, say hi to everyone. Say hi to all the Life Runners member here in Kenya. I wish I would meet with everyone, but I think I'm in short of time. Though I'm expecting to meet with you on the 9th of November, where I'll be coming to participate on the ICPD 25. And I think I'll be presenting a topic there, especially on the matters where now we see how do we go to establish safe spaces and convince the bishops here in Kenya to support the Life Runners activities. So we are going to ground it better, and I thank God that we've been having nice talk and conversation with the people in the office of the Cardinal here in Kenya. So we hope they're going to support us, and we'll do all the formal procedures so that it may start working and serving the lives of the people. We are calling you and we are welcoming you. Serving the life and ending abortion, it starts with you. Thank you and God bless you. This is WCT Radio. You're welcome.
We hope you enjoyed the program and will join us back for another show on WCAT Radio. This is Sebastian Mahfood. Good day.